didn't realize, not fully, was that this wasn't just about stopping drinking or rebuilding my life externally. It was about healing. Deep internal healing. Healing wounds that I had carried since childhood. The trauma of not belonging, of being shamed for who I was, of desperately chasing approval by being whoever the world needed me to be. Boomtown Mafia. They told me, people, books, literature, culture, that quitting alcohol would fix everything. What they didn't tell me was that stopping drinking was just the beginning. The real work was healing the parts of me I didn't even know were broken. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 1000 Days Sober Podcast. My name is Lee Davy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who lives a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, and I spend every waking moment of that life, like right now, helping other people do the same. When I first decided to be alcohol-free as fuck, age 35, I thought I was making a pretty simple choice. Just stop drinking. That is it. But the truth was far deeper. I was choosing to live very differently, to wake the fuck up, to free myself from an invisible prison that I had been trapped into for decades. At the time, I didn't have the language to describe my transformation. I didn't understand self. I didn't understand parts. I didn't know about internal family systems. I just knew deep down in my gut that everything had to change. And it did. And the first way it changed was externally. I lost my marriage. I lost my son. I lost my job, my house, my friends. I lost the version of myself that the world had come to know as Lee Davy. But what I didn't realize, not fully, was that this wasn't just about stopping drinking or rebuilding my life externally. It was about healing. Deep internal healing. Healing wounds that I had carried since childhood. The trauma of not belonging, of being shamed for who I was, of desperately chasing approval by being whoever the world needed me to be. I carried stab wounds you couldn't see, bullet holes that you couldn't touch. My nervous system was shredded. I spent every moment led by wounded parts, trapped in little boy energy, masking the truth with bravado and approval-seeking behaviors. And it wasn't until I met Liza, my wife today, and her refusal to accept that little boy inside of me that the next phase of my journey began. Through my master life coaching training during COVID, actually, with the Elementum Coaching Institute, I found myself surrounded by authentic, vulnerable, beautiful souls. And I saw it. This journey of becoming alcohol-free as fuck and living a self-led life wasn't about curing a problem. It was about healing a human. It was about healing me. Now we're going to have a little break. And what I want you to do is just pause for a moment and ask yourself, did you think you needed to fix yourself, or did you think you needed to heal yourself? Have a little think about that, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober Podcast, and we are talking about the profound realization that I wasn't curing something, I was actually healing something when I made my decision to become alcohol-free as fuck over 15 years ago now. Healing isn't linear. It's not sexy. It is messy as fuck. It feels like falling apart before you realize you're actually falling into place. It's not about curing symptoms. It's about wholeness. It's about respecting every single part of your being. The broken pieces, the ugly parts, the moment of shame you thought nobody could ever understand. Becoming alcohol-free as fuck wasn't the end of my story. It was a doorway into the beginning of it. The doorway into standing in my fullness, the doorway into living a self-led life, the doorway into becoming a man, a fuck up, an artist, a healer, and everything in between. And every day I get to pass that gift of healing on to other people like you. Every day I get to remind you that you are not broken, that you are healing, that you are starting over, and that you are coming home. Okay, on to today's daily vow. Today, I will not drink. Today, I will honor my healing journey no matter how messy, painful, or beautiful it looks. Healing is not about fixing yourself, it's about remembering yourself. Yourself was never broken, it was just buried beneath a lot of wounds. And today, you get to dig it out, dust it off, and shine. Here are some reflections for you to carry through the day. Where are you trying to fix yourself instead of allowing yourself to heal? What wounds have you hidden from view that are ready to be acknowledged? And how can you move one step closer to yourself today? Okay, that's all I have time for today, folks. If this episode resonated with you, please rate and review the podcast as it helps more strivers find the message. Subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And if you want to heal, start your healing process, then join us at the Strive Method, www.thestrivemethod.com. Get onto our 6-month flagship program and start your healing process today. Until tomorrow, remember, you are brave, you are courageous, you are powerful, and you do not need to drink alcohol today. And you won't, okay? Much love and strive on.